Okay. Well, I got some just, I want to kind of backtrack a little bit on financial statements and questions real quick because I understand, I've always known, frankly, George, that, this was something I needed to be doing, and that ultimately a business really boils down to what you are on paper in many ways about, me fretting over debt, and that you were saying, and if you just focus on that, you're never going to get out. And that really resonated with me because that's kind of the cat and mouse game I think I'm always playing is, if I got a bill or I've got a debt, it drives me nuts and I want it gone. If I change my perspective on it, that made me feel a lot better. But at the same time, I know that, my business on paper is a joke. So my question is ultimately in the end, how important is it to, consider doing things like building up, trying to own some assets or something? I mean, what is it, just cash flow that needs to be priority? Is it cash flow versus financials and building those up? I guess as part of my next level, that's one last thing I feel like I really need to hone in on.
From a conversation I had last week, and I think we'll just call him Bill. That's not his real name, but I think the question Bill raises is huge, and so I'm going to do several part series here on some content, and I'm going to call this Lead with Your Numbers. So this video is just to give you to set the table, to give a little bit of an intro to that. And over the next few videos, you're going to get some real practical ways to lead with your numbers, which will improve your numbers. And let me just translate that. More profit. You will be more profitable after watching these videos if you do these sorts of things. So I'm going to unpack some of what he said later in the series, like, getting out of debt and the cat and mouse game and all of that. But the thing that struck me when he was talking last week, the thing that jumped out at me was, I know my business on paper is a joke. Okay, let's go there, because this is the place to start. And I love the phrasing there. I know my business on paper is a joke. So let me give an analogy that I think will really work well for this. So how long have you been in business? Okay, 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 30 years? I don't know. Okay, whatever length of time you've been in business, imagine you never look in the mirror. When you wake up in the morning, you never look in the mirror. You don't look in the mirror to comb your hair. You don't look in the mirror to shave if you're a guy, or put on makeup if you're a gal. I mean, it's like, you just never look in the mirror. And what do you expect to happen? Well, people are going to look at you like, what's wrong with you? You're missing, you didn't, why did you shave this and not that? Or what? Everything's uneven. Your hair, there's something wrong with what fix your makeup. Oh my gosh. It's like, and, you go, well, I don't look in the mirror in the morning to get ready. I don't ever look in the mirror. They go, why? I go, well, my hair's a joke. When I look in the mirror, my hair in the mirror is a joke. Or my makeup in the mirror is a joke. Or my beard in the mirror is a joke. I've got news for you. The mirror isn't the joke. You're the joke. The joke's on you. That's your face. You're carrying it around all day with you. It's your head. Everyone's seeing it every day. You're not. Okay, but they are. All right. So go back to Bill's statement, and please be gentle with yourself. If Bill is watching, or anybody else that has had this, I know my business on paper is a joke. Well, if your business is a joke on paper, it's a joke in real life. The paper is only reflecting what the business is about. Now, here's where I want to start with this introduction, is you've got to have numbers. I totally know the feeling of, I don't want to look. You might have numbers, but I just don't want to look at them. Just tell me, accounting person, just tell me, do I have cash in the bank? Will I have cash next week? Okay, fine, good. That's all I need to know. Because I kind of know I'm losing my ass, or I kind of know things aren't going well, or I kind of know whatever. And most entrepreneurs are super intuitive with this thing, and they're really good at it. But you would be so much better if you could be precise. In other words, you're probably, after 10 years of putting on your makeup without looking in the mirror, you're probably pretty good at it. You know, you kind of know where your eyebrows are, whatever it is, or you kind of know the shaving. You can get that down after a while and never look in the mirror. Okay, but if you could look in the mirror, you would be so much better at fixing yourself in the morning. And so here's where we want to go with this, is that all I want to do right now is encourage you. You've got to start looking at your numbers, okay? We've got to talk about the real numbers. Now, I've been doing this 25 years, so I've walked into situations, every kind you can imagine. Great accounting, bad accounting, no accounting, all kinds of accounting, or lack thereof. So here's the thing. It's like, then what I start doing is, it's like a camp out, okay? We don't have this, so we'll just use that rock over there and that stick over here. We're going to we'll use whatever we can get our hands on. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to just give you some really basic things that if you could start looking at these numbers and you could know these numbers, you will lead your company better. Let me translate that. You will lead your company to better numbers. And better numbers is code for more profit or profit. Okay? And I'm going to give you a whole strategy on that. And I'm going to give you a strategy on how to grow fast. But you got to look at your numbers. You got to know your numbers. So that's where we're going to go with this. I'm going to unpack more of Bill's statement because it's very helpful to understand this. Now, not sure how many parts this is going to be, so you're going to have to subscribe, keep them coming, and we're on the Challenge 44, so it's one a day. All right? So see you tomorrow.